Hey everybody, Kevin here, and here's a little something for your performance edge. As we venture through separation season, we're in week 3. Let me catch you up. Hey, in week 1, if you're just jumping on the train here, hey, we talked about the power of the pause. We talked about how sometimes you got to slow down in order to see clearly. And then we had to ask a question. The question is, where in your life are you moving fast, but you're not moving forward? Where's those traps? Where's those treadmills? Where are those things you get stuck on? So the goal here, the challenge is, hey, schedule a 60-minute kind of pause session so you can just catch your breath and take it all in and get stuff out of your head. So, hey, where in life are you moving fast but not moving forward? Dig into that a little bit. Then we got into week 2, we talked about the separation audit. Talked about those 3 things. What are those energy leaks, the limiting patterns, the hidden kind of attachments, those things that are kind of like messing with you? And what are those habits or patterns that kind of keep you tethered to the old version of you that you're trying to separate from? And then finalize what those separation targets are, and then get under the hood of getting after it. And today we're talking about week 3, identity drift versus identity design. Now, if we're not living by design, often we're falling into default. And so basically the bottom line is this: your future self is waiting on you and it's getting impatient. Okay. So you got to get into this. You're not ever going to rise to the level of your goals. You're going to default to your identity. And we keep thinking that if we just set goals, we'll rise up to them. And it doesn't, it's too passive. And so, listen, there's a part of how you identify with where you're going and what in the process of it you're becoming is key. That's what separating from something to something is all about. And so when we get into this idea of has our identity drifted towards all of the things that those patterns that we talked about in previous, emails and videos, all those things that are kind of holding us back. Maybe we're just too busy. And we're not just still and really processing actually where we're at. We can drift so easy. The key is laying out the design. So you have to become, this is the focus, you have to become the architect of your identity. What are you architecting? Where have you been winging it in your life? Where in your leadership or your habits? Where are those areas where we're just kind of just going with the flow because we don't have any design? We don't have a picture of what we're becoming driving our decisions, what we're saying yes to and what we're saying no to. And like I've always said, the next level lives in the land of no. And sometimes this separation season might be a season of saying, hey, there's some things in my life that I just need to saying no to because of what the energy becoming requires. This design, this identity that I'm moving towards, this person that I'm becoming. I want to become more generous. I want to become more empathetic. I want to become more connected. I want to become more engaged with things. I want to become, you fill in the blank. It's like those things begin to reverse engineer towards that design that we're trying to move towards. That goal, that goal of personhood that we're reaching towards. That differentiation that we're making from who we are to where we're going. So here's your challenge. I want to do something called a forced reset. And my coach has been talking with me about that. As a matter of fact, I got an audio message from him today in one of our programs about the idea of having a forced reset. And a forced reset for you is to write that next level manifesto. Got to remember, you scheduled your one-on-one 60-minute pause session at the beginning. Talk about, hey, where am I, not moving forward at? Then we talked about, hey, what are your separation targets and really identifying those 2 to 3 areas you're moving away from towards what you want to move to and then say that 3 times fast, toward 2, okay? And then we get into the whole idea of, if I'm moving towards something, what am I becoming? What kind of identity am I beginning to establish in this new version of myself? Where am I going with this? What am I separating from? What am I moving towards? And that whole next level self manifesto sounds kind of quirky and weird, but when you just sit down and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to make some declarations. I declare that my goal in 2026, in terms of the person I'm becoming, is to be more generous and focused on opportunities and seizing opportunities to give more of my time, give more of my talent, to give more of my dollars, my treasures, give more of my emotional bandwidth to the people I live with and love the most. What is that declaration? What are those declarations that you're going to make in that next level manifesto? That is the journey you're on in this particular week. Keep thrashing through this. Listen, get your journal. Like I said, get your own journal just for this. And let this become that thing you're thrashing through every week as you're going through this stuff. So, hey, like I always said, there's chock full of invisibles in here. Keep digging in because they'll emerge. You'll see them. And like I always say, when you see the invisible, you become unstoppable. Have a great day, everybody. Do some damage out there. And hey, separation season, it's upon us. We're in it. And guess what? December, we get into a whole nother level. So keep cranking. Hey, we got Thanksgiving week coming up. Fasten your seatbelts. Next week's will come a little bit early, but you'll get it. And it will help pave the way to an unbelievable Thanksgiving weekend. Take care, everybody.